This is Data Jockey, machine learning for Victorian racing. Today I am looking at Race 9, Ballarat Synthetic, Monday 27 July 2026. Straight into it. Quick summary first for Race 9 at Ballarat Synthetic, then I will dig into the why. Two selections today. Newcomb is the top pick, the model's place selection. It Matters comes in as the second leg, the top four selection in the same race multi, not a place selection on its own. That is the short version. Newcomb for the place, the multi combining both if you want the longer odds option. Stick with me though, because there is a genuinely interesting read on this race underneath those two selections. Race 9 at Ballarat Synthetic, 16 runners, top 3 paying the place dividend. The model's read here is interesting straight away. The favorite is not the top selection. That is the model telling you it sees value the market has missed. This is precisely the kind of scenario where the data and the crowd disagree, and that disagreement is where the value sits. Two selections from the model for this race, a place pick, and a same race multi combining both. Remember, not every race makes the cut. The model only selects when the value is genuinely there, and today it is. On to the breakdown. Before I get into the picks, a quick word on how this works, because it is genuinely different to anything else you will find in the tipping space. The selections come from a machine learning model that continuously learns from Victorian racing results. Every single race meeting, every result, every finishing position feeds back into it. This is not a set-and-forget system. It is live, it is learning, and it gets sharper with every race run in Victoria. Now here is the part that really sets it apart. Most tipsters, most models out there are chasing the winner. I made a completely different call. This model was built from the ground up to find place finishers, horses that hit the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different problem to finding the winner, and it demands a completely different approach. The model weighs up dozens of variables across the entire field at once. Things that interact with each other in ways that no human analyst could ever track manually. Pace, distance, field composition, historical patterns, how each horse matches up against these specific rivals on this specific day. All of it simultaneously. That is the power of building it this way. If you want to go deep on the methodology, how the model was actually built, what it looks at, how it was trained, the link is in the description below. Check it out when you get a chance. But for today, I have got race 9 to get through, and the model has some strong opinions. Let us get into the picks. Pick 1, the model's top selection for race 9. Newcomb, currently 7th in the market, not the favorite, not the headline horse, just sitting there in the market at a price that the model thinks is completely wrong. And that gap between what the market thinks and what the model thinks, that is exactly the kind of value this model looks for. Now I am going to be straight with you about something, because I think it actually makes you trust this more, not less. I cannot give you one clean reason why the model has landed on Newcomb. That is genuinely not how it works. It is not saying this horse loves Ballarat Synthetic or has a great record at this distance, or whatever the standard form guide would tell you. That kind of single-factor analysis is what everyone else is doing. The model is doing something completely different. It is processing dozens of variables simultaneously. Track conditions, distance, field size, the specific horses in this race today, historical patterns across thousands of Victorian races. All of it at once, finding relationships between those variables that no human eye could spot. And that is the entire point. If I could reduce it to one sentence, you would not need the model. You could just read the form guide yourself. What I can tell you, and this is what matters, is that the market has Newcomb at 7th in the market, and the model has it as the top pick for race 9. That gap is where the value is. That gap is what this model was built to find. This model was built to find place finishers, not winners. So when it rates a horse as the top pick, it is saying this horse fits the historical pattern of horses that hit the places. That is a different lens entirely to what most analysts are working with. Newcomb for the place. Top 3 finish in a 16-runner field. That is what the model is saying about race 9. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. It Matters, currently third in the market, takes pick 2, a genuinely different kind of selection to pick 1, so it is worth being clear on the distinction. The model rates It Matters as a likely top 4 finisher, but it stops short of backing a top 3 finish specifically. That gap matters. There is not enough support in the data for a standalone place selection here, but there is solid support for the top 4 role in the same race multi. That distinction might sound minor, but in a 16-runner field, it genuinely is not. Top 3 pays a place dividend, 4th does not. So the model is not recommending It Matters as a place bet by itself. The same race multi is where it earns its spot. What the model is essentially saying about It Matters is that it belongs in this race and fits the top 4 profile for this field, but a top 3 finish is less certain. For the multi, top 4 is all that is required. Newcomb in top 3, It Matters in the top 4, that is the model's combination for race 9. Race 9's same race multi pairs Newcomb as a top 3 finisher with It Matters in the top 4. Availability depends on your wagering provider, so check there first. One thing worth clarifying before anything else: these are genuinely different bet types, not interchangeable versions of the same thing, and their odds of landing are not equal. Newcomb on its own as a place selection is the safer, higher probability play. The model's confidence is strongest there, and while the return is more modest, the chance of it landing is better. That is the model's core view on this race. The same race multi asks for more. Both Newcomb in top 3 and It Matters in the top 4 need to land together, which lowers the overall probability but lifts the potential return considerably. There is no obligation to take both. Newcomb as a standalone place bet is where the model's signal is strongest. The multi sits there for anyone wanting the higher variance option. Either way, go in knowing exactly what each bet demands. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decision. If you are following the full card today, all the race tips are in the playlist. One video per race, all uploaded before race 1. Have a look at the other races and see which of the model's selections are relevant to you. Some punters combine multiple selections into a place multi. Check your wagering provider for how that works. Always make your own informed decision before placing any bet. And this is important, always check for scratchings before you consider placing anything. Horses get scratched on race morning and it can completely change the picture. The model's place selection for race 9 is Newcomb. Have a look at the playlist for the rest of the card. Subscribe if you have not already. I do this for every Victorian meeting, every race day, and it is completely free to follow along. And that is race 9 Ballarat synthetic done. The place selection is Newcomb, with the same race multi-combination sitting at Newcomb top 3, and It Matters top 4 for anyone chasing the longer odds. Results are tracked and posted publicly every week without exception, every good week and every bad one included. That ongoing record, built up week after week, is the fairest way to judge whether this model is genuinely worth following, rather than taking any single claim on faith. As always, this is purely for entertainment purposes. Please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. See you in the next video.